This is technically a makeup tip, but it's not necessarily like a professional tip. It's a I'm depressed and hanging on to my sanity tip. You know? Okay. Oftentimes, cleaning my brushes is quite literally the last thing I want to do on this planet, and I have a really hard time like getting myself to do that task sometimes, I will admit, which feels very like embarrassing just like me to me. I don't honestly care what other people think, but I'm like, oh my god, can you not just clean your makeup brushes? And no, sometimes I can't. And this feels a little silly to mention, but it's something that's really helped me, so I thought it might help someone else. These are a pile of clean brushes that I have taken with me when I go to shower. Let me explain. I usually set my brushes by the sink so I like remember to clean them, and then I just have a massive pile of brushes by my sink. So last week I took like a handful of brushes, no more than like quite literally a handful, not a big handful, and I'm not gonna stress about the number of how many brushes I clean either, because then I will attach to that number and then make it weird. But I will just take like a chunk and I will take them with me. I will set them in my shower. Now there's a couple things that I need to remember and I also want to say with this tip. I do not fully submerge my brushes. I do not leave them in the shower, and I also don't leave them in any standing water. But I will grab a bundle as such. I just use like unscented bar soap, nothing that has any fragrance or any irritants in it. And while I'm having my existential dread in the shower, I clean my makeup brushes. It doesn't have to be super intense, and I also don't keep these under running water the whole time. I will just kind of like put them under the water, clean them on the side, and do that kind of thing. Cleaning this small amount of brushes in the past week has done wonders. Like it would take me so long. Now, if I'm using like face brushes and stuff like that, that's a whole other thing. But when I'm just like cleaning these eyeshadow brushes and brushes that honestly I want to be more clean than like, you know, my face brushes or my blush brushes and so on and so forth, it has made it so easy. Which again, when my mind has just declared that as a task that like it's just like too much, too hard, there's too many brushes, I have so many brushes and it just feels like a mountain. I cannot emphasize enough, this is not like a professional makeup artist tip. Not that like my shower isn't like clean or anything like that, but I don't keep these in an area where there's going to be a lot of moisture. I do lay them flat so they can dry and like there's no water getting up in the handle, so on and so forth. I keep them on a towel. Again, I don't keep them under like sustained running water, nor do I face like the brushes up with like the water running into the handle. But also, these are my personal brushes. These are not brushes for my kit. I do not actually even, I do have a freelance kit technically still, but I have since broken it down since I don't do makeup on other people anymore. These are just my personal use brushes that sometimes I just cannot get myself to clean. Even sometimes just taking 3 and putting them by your sink, even maybe when you're like brushing your teeth or something or anything, putting on a YouTube video and you could just wash 2 brushes. But I do hope you are cleaning your makeup brushes, and hopefully that makes it a little bit easier of a task instead of doing like, you know, your whole collection in one go. If you have any other tips or you want to hear any from me, let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for being here and watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!